After Haddonfield, we made our way back up the billions of escalators to the upper lot, where we stumbled into another Purge-themed maze, Gauntlet of Fear.
Wait for it. Wait for it. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
The Gauntlet was intense. It was like a horror dubstep rave atmosphere in some parts.
Gauntlet, I was totally taken by surprise by President Lincoln.
The Purge theme continued into the main entrance of the park,
which we also missed the first time through. Since we arrived so early, Purge activities had not yet commenced, but hey, by roughly 7:30, we had completed all of the mazes on the lower lot without a fast pass. That has to be some kind of record, right? Right? Universal?
My fellow Americans, my fellow Americans,
Good evening.
We decided to skip the ridiculously long line for The Walking Dead because we had already gone through this one on several different occasions before HHN. We were fortunate enough to be able to go through The Walking Dead experience the first week it opened, and to be honest, it was a slight disappointment because there were barely any zombies inside. But on our other trips back, the maze has actually been very well stocked and of course has the great production value that you would expect from Universal and the folks at Walking Dead.
From the United States submarine base at Key West, Florida. A dispatch that quoted President Truman's press secretary.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the grimiest, nastiest maze in the park. Personally, it made our skin crawl, and that takes a lot to do that. It smelled like rotting pork throughout the entire maze, and it was full of amazing jump scares. What I really appreciated is that they had different leather faces. So you got the makeup leather face, you got the really grimy leather face mask, and they really incorporated like all the Chainsaw movies into this maze. I really wanted to do this one again, but Courtney couldn't stand it. Up next, we face the terribly long lines of Eli Roth's Terror Tram. Apart from our second time through AHS, this was one of the longest lines we faced that night. However, we did get to watch some excellent looking horror shorts from Crypt TV while we waited. Unfortunately, this experience reminded us that HHN wasn't 100% amazing. We honestly could have gone without the Terror Tram. This was actually one of the experiences we were looking forward to most, but it turns out just kind of felt like Eli Roth's Goreatorium in Las Vegas. that was also a little disappointing. We thought that Roth was going to have a bigger role in the Terror Tram tour, or whatever it may be, maybe with some pre-recorded banter like they do with Jimmy Fallon during the regular Universal season. Instead, we got a short mockumentary on Koodles the Clown, which was actually pretty cool and did a good job of setting the tone for our short ride on the tram. Now, there was one awesome part about the Terror Tram. It was right at the beginning. Just as the video finishes, we roll up and we're confronted with this rather intimidating looking clown holding black balloons. And he's just standing there by himself staring at us. We're all forced to exit the tram and then just chaos ensues. Clowns were everywhere. It was pretty cool to walk the grounds of the Universal back lot, but this haunt seemed more like an afterthought compared to the rest of the attractions, which were really focused and immersive. Also, don't expect to see any of Eli Roth other than the commercials for Crypt TV. After the tram, we had a few more hours to kill, so we headed back down to the lower lot to make sure we didn't miss anything, and we really wanted to do AHS one more time in the dark. My eyes are still flashing. This is where we felt the full fury of Halloween Horror Nights line wait times. We spent over 2 hours in that line. The AHS theme music is playing on loop over and over again and pretty much destroyed Courtney. We wrapped up our HHN experience with a Jabberwocky show.
Which wasn't horror themed.
We hated it. The Jabberwockies are undeniably an amazing dance troupe. We just thought the theme of the show was a little too positive.
They didn't bring any horror to it.
We wanted to see them dancing with Frankenstein, or at least have some horror-themed dubstep or some cool horror-inspired routines, but there was none of that. It seems like they just kind of did their own thing. I don't know.
Oh well.
Right after that show ended, we ran out of there and headed straight for the car.
We were exhausted and ready to crawl into bed.
So that was our crazy action-packed night at Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
If you're new to Ghouls, Guts, and Gore, make sure you hit subscribe to join our weird little family, and if you love Halloween, click the like button. Thanks so much for watching, and stay horrible.
Whoa, that was cool.